So the Apex Legends Season 11 launch is just a few weeks out now, November 2nd, I believe. We have the Shadow Royale event returning to us next week on the 26th to hold us off until the new launch, and big emphasis on hold us off. I feel that's what most of Season 10 has felt like. A huge hold off on content. Continued server discrepancies, unplayable events, question mark? Listen, we're gonna get into it, and no, this won't be a video of me completely pooping on Apex this whole time. Season 10 was just not it for me personally. I'm coming off of 2 seasons now, grinding my diamond badge and my diamond trail. I was trying to make it 3 in a row, but Season 10 shows up, man, and it arrives with all of its Season 10-ness and King's Cane alongside of it, and I lose all of my motivation to not just play ranked, but to play the game in general. So I've decided to put together a Season 11 wish list. I know for a fact you guys have experienced some of these bugs and issues we're about to get into, and if you're like me, maybe you were thinking to yourself, how can this game improve? Since the start of Season 10, Apex has gained a lot in its player base, even going on to be the #1 streaming game on Twitch for about 2 months. Season 10 definitely put some work in, but Season 11 is gonna have to come around that corner and continue to improve if Apex wants to keep up with their ever-growing player base, who actually contemplated this season due to all the issues leaving the game. It's your boy TheeConciseKing, keeping it short, sweet, and concise, and here is my Season 11 wish list.
I can feel the world getting farther. Every year the stars get.
Alright, first things first, we're going to start with some in-game mechanics. What I would like to see more in Season 11 is a new and improved quick wheel progression. We've already seen a little glimpse of this earlier in a Season 10 update where they did improve the quick wheel for response as far as if your teammate was pinging where they were going, you now have that option to say,
Tower here.
Hold on 1 second.
yes, hold on, I'll be there, give me some time. I think that was a great step in the right direction. I want to take it a bit further as far as health pinging and weapon pinging. Right now, we have the very limited option of clearly saying, hey, I need health, and hey, I need shields. With a quick progression as far as health, you can ping exactly what kind of health you are looking for, whether that be a medkit, a syringe, a shield battery versus shield cells. I think that's going to be much more easier and less of a hassle to try to trade items with your teammate.
Need shields.
Now, weapon pinging, on the other hand, that might take a while to come to the game, considering I would like to see a weapon quit where I'm looking for specific weapons. Does this kind of rule out the idea of LOBA a little bit, but we don't have to talk about that. If I have a go-to setup I like to use, be it an R301 and a wingman, whatever that may be for yourself, I would love to tell my teammates the exact weapon that I'm looking for. I think it's also going to be better for just the daily challenges that you have to complete, be it sniper damage, SMG damage, or having to use a specific gun as your challenge. You can just use the weapon wheel to let your teammates know exactly what weapon you're looking for. Next, I know that we have Ash coming in Season 11, which I am very excited about. She's kind of been the talks of the past couple of seasons of Legends to come out, but now is her time. In Season 11, I won't even lie to you, well, it's actually not even possible now. In Season 11, it's no longer possible, but I would love to see a new support legend, maybe some leaks, maybe anything that let me know that in Season 12, we can expect a new support legend. Apex Legends is kind of drowning in the support field as we only have Loba and Lifeline, who is an actual support legend. Loba on the side of, I guess, providing her team with very high tier loot. But with Apex Legends being the kind of unique and difficult game at the same time that it is, with time to kill being what it is, we need another legend who can kind of be on the battlefield, providing that additional health and or armor to our teammates and just being the biggest support that we actually can have. Someone maybe to come and combat Lifeline, or someone who can be just as equally powerful as Lifeline. In a battle royale game where you have to have really great game sense, there's so much to learn as far as the fundamentals of Apex. Using cover to win your fights, improving your movement, using your abilities at a timely manner, being able to know the kind of composition that you are adding to your team as a legend, offensive, recon, or support legend, it's just going to be all the better for you to go on to get the dub in the Apex games. And I think adding another support legend is just going to add a bit more of a balance to the Apex games. Like I said, right now we only have Lifeline and being in the muck, and honestly, I'm going to put Gibraltar being a more support legend than Loba. We can only hope to see this in Season 12. Of course, this is not a Season 11 wish list, but it has been on the talks for some time. Now, next up on my wish list, I have, how do you guys feel about a new grenade in the Apex games? We have a frag explosive, we have a thermite heat explosive, we also even have a stick explosive, the Arc Star. How do we feel about, I don't know, some kind of, maybe a frozen grenade? Something that freezes your enemies in just an instant for a short duration. Not even something that's going to completely disrupt a fight, but also I don't think an EMP grenade is going to work either, only because it's just going to filter out, once again, Crypto, as if he's not existing at all. I don't have a full idea about what I would like this grenade to be. I can only think something that freezes you, but what if only it freezes you at the feet? So you can still shoot, you can still, well, you won't be able to strafe. You can still maybe crouch, but you are not able to actually strafe, wall jump, etc. But for just a split duration. I think Apex right now would be the time to add some kind of other weapon that's just not only a gun. I know they're holding off on rocket launchers and explosives, but I think we can take another step in the direction for a new grenade. I don't know. Y'all drop some feedback in the comments. Let me hear your ideas and your suggestions. The time has come. Let's talk about gold knockdown shields. They are completely useless. It feels, I wish that I had some kind of data in front of me right now that would completely show me the success rate at which players are actually able to use a gold knockdown shield, and successfully. Now within this past week, I've used it maybe 3 times, and out of those 3 times, I might have successfully gotten to use it 1 time. It's a very clutch-worthy, legendary item to have, but it's just not as useful as I think Apex devs think that it is. I mean, let's think about this. You have a 10-second revive. It also is a bit audible. Not only that, and maybe I don't have this completely figured out, there are times where I've used the gold knockdown shield, successfully I've used it, and there are times where I've gotten up with half health and half shields, and there were times where I've came up with just a smidget of health. I don't know if that's an error or anything. Maybe I don't completely know the particulars of how the gold knockdown shield works, but I do want to harken back to the success rate. I don't think oftentimes players are able to use this and get back into the fight the way that they should. What do we do to improve this? I've heard talks of maybe making the knockdown shield a different color or making it kind of invisible so that the enemy team doesn't clearly know that you have a knockdown shield. Maybe the idea of turning down the audio on it, and I will also, I don't know, I take a look at reducing the duration of which it takes you to revive. I know all of those things sound very overpowered, but I think that if we could just take a look at what gold knockdown shields mean to us right now, it's kind of a 50-50, maybe I'll be able to survive, maybe I won't. It should not be a conversation of, why is this thing even in the game, every time we are not able to successfully use it. Just a few days ago, Apex released a new quality of life update, fixing a few bugs and errors plaguing the game. And one of the biggest issues they claimed to fix were that of the banner crashes. Now, if you guys remember, or if you don't know, back in the Evolution Collection event, which was Rampart's big mod introduction, there was loads of crashes, players having difficulty even loading into the main menu screen. And if you did get past the main menu screen and loaded into a game, you better not have had an animated banner or a pose equipped to any of your legends, be it you or your teammates, as it would then cause your game to crash, freeze up, and you would have to restart the application entirely. I say that to say, even with the most recent update, the quality of life changes, players are still having difficulty crashing out and having to restart their game, simply because, like I said, either them or their teammates have an animated banner. This is even with the most recent quality of life update. I also want to take this time to say that with some of Respawn's past updates, their quality of life updates, where there have been fixes on certain aspects of the game is not fixed if players are not allowed to use certain features in the game in order to play it. Let's move on. Now, the last thing I want to get into for our wish list item, I literally had this conversation with so many people, even one of my coworkers who gave me just a blank stare when I said this. Apex Legends has no audio in the game. Of course, I'm exaggerating just a bit, but there's just a lot of audio files that are misplaced. Have you ever been in Skyhook and heard the elevator being configured in Countdown, but just from an opposite direction? Things of that nature. Also, the idea of being able to hear your teammates running so close to you, but God forbid you have an enemy walking right up to you and just hearing those footsteps, 2 seconds prior before they shoot you, or even 1 second before they shoot you.
Coming into you.
Rings close. I'm here. So let's get you a do-over, huh?
Oh, we're dead. We're actually dead. Wait, let's talk about the small footsteps we heard of him. Like the very small, very subtle. They were
as soon as he got right next to us, dude.
like,
This is what we mean when we complain that there's kind of no audio in the game, or it's misplaced, or it's just not as audible as it should be. Now, once upon a time, it wasn't really like this in Apex Legends. I want to say after Season 7, that's kind of when we got Horizon into the game, where there was lack of audio with her coming off of her gravity lift. She's already a legend that has no fall damage, but it seems like along the way, it's just gotten worse. Going all the way up to the Revtain meta, Season 9, Season 8, if you will, even to right now, there's just no audio coming off of an Octane jump pad. I think what I'm trying to get at is when we do hear audio, it's just not enough time for us to get back on our feet, especially when third-party fights are so heavy. I absolutely need to hear that third party coming in right before they shoot me, and that being my warning. We know that players can go into stealth mode simply by crouching. That's not even something that's needed anymore because there's just a lack of audio when it comes to finding out where enemies could be. You absolutely need to tell your teammates to stop talking. You yourself have to stop moving in order to accurately trace where your enemies are coming from. This is something I hope to see really, really improved in Season 11, and I hope it's at the top of their priority list too.
We are not alone. Look over here.
Jesus Christ. Audio was so fucked, bro.
And listen, y'all, that's all she wrote. These are my Season 11 wish list items that I really hope to be improved on. They've already started working on some of these things, so really they just need to take it a step further. Now, what we didn't get to talk about today was skill-based matchmaking, which we know, rank point system, which we know is coming in Season 11 as well, and also, just to throw this in there, I would love to have a new charm, cosmetics, organizational system. Just so I don't have to always look at the names and then look at the photo of how they look. I don't know, man. If you've been in one of my streams, you know I like to match my legend outfits with my legend guns with the legend charm. What do you want from me? No, but it's your boy, TheeConciseKing. I thank y'all for tapping into today's video, as you guys always do for all of my other videos. I do have a like goal today on this video of 15 likes. So if you enjoyed the video, if you're watching all the way to this very part right now, go ahead and drop a like on today's video. Consider subscribing to the channel. We just opened up our Discord. We do weekly 2000 Apex Legends giveaway every single week. Now that the Discord is here, it's much more organized, much more easier for me to talk to you guys and really communicate with you guys. When I am off stream and or not posting content on YouTube, you guys can definitely find me there. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. We would love to have you in the channel. We would love to have you stop by the stream. And it's your boy, TheeConciseKing, making Apex Legends content I wish to see. I'll see you guys in the next Apex Legends video, in the next Apex Legends live stream, and of course, always my peeps, in the Apex Legends arena. Peace.
I can feel the world getting farther. Every year the stars get darker.